God proclaims today, prepare for a route adjustment. Numerous options and paths are available in life. Do not oppose or succumb to dread due to a perceived lack of control over subsequent events. The Father states that you are currently entering a phase in your life where even little choices carry significant consequences. Maintain a flexible grasp on all matters. Avoid making assumptions about subsequent actions. Attune your ear to the essence of my message and my intentions, and at all costs, align your life with my present actions and declarations in your existence. Your capacity to perceive in the spiritual realm is not a psychic skill but rather a spiritual gift. May sheep recognize my voice. This is not a moment for doubt, but for the assurance that your life and circumstances are in my control. Advance not relying on your intellect or capacity to manage future challenges, but instead, place complete and unwavering trust in executing matters according to my directives, asserts the Father. The path you have discovered may appear ambiguous, however it directs you towards the realization of being positioned with me in celestial realms, far above. The Father declares, I have established you as a principality on earth. Now conduct yourself accordingly. Articulate the divine principles of God through your speech. Extend your hand and let the dominion of God emanate from it. Rise to your feet. Ascend. Advance, and I shall expand the steps before you by my decree, and it shall be acknowledged that I am Jehovah God, who has decided to bind myself covenantally for your sake, for you belong to me, you are my child. You were acquired at a significant cost. I will not waste the asset that you represent on earth. Prepare for significant achievements. Prepare for positive outcomes. The Father declares, I will neither abandon you, nor forsake you, nor fail you. God proclaims today, encounter my tranquility. I am instilling profound tranquility into the depths of your spirit. Strive to consistently have a tranquil disposition. Regardless of the tumultuous seas of circumstance, be unperturbed. You are in the concealed abode of the Supreme Being. By selecting remorse and humility, you have ascended via the rapid elevator to the elevated realm where my spirit resides. Remain in that location. Do not permit the alarm of another's distress to disrupt your state of tranquility. Consistently prioritize spending time with me and immersing yourself in my presence. I shall communicate with you in dreams. I shall communicate with you through visions. I will guide you, even through the Spirit, and reveal to you the occurrences in concealed deliberations and clandestine matters. Conflicts arise and dissipate, states the Father. Do not act out of a reflexive response. Only proceed when my tranquility guides you. Defy the oppression of external expectations regarding your obligations. Cease immediately. Cease attempting to fulfill all the expectations you impose on yourself and those imposed by others. Remain in a state of tranquility at all times. My realm embodies righteousness, tranquility, and joy. It does not merely confer peace, it embodies peace. Do not permit anything or anyone to disrupt your state of tranquility. I will guide you through each challenge. Your circumstances did not evolve abruptly, so cease requesting immediate solutions. Simply exit the procedure. The Father asserts that events will not unfold as anticipated. My perspectives differ from yours, nevertheless, you may rely on me for the result. I cherish you profoundly, and you need not strive to merit my affection. I love you for the sake of loving you. I will perpetually love you. I will never abandon you nor neglect you. When others disparage or defame you, understand that I am in control, and human opinions will not dictate the ultimate realization of the positive changes I am instigating in your life. God advises you today to cease berating yourself for previous errors. I considered your humanity when I made specific promises to you, hence, my ultimate intention for your life remains attainable despite everything. Self-recrimination and self-loathing like a guy inflicting wounds upon himself with stones in the tombs. I proclaim deliverance to that man, thus, now proclaim deliverance and liberty to you. The Gadarene, upon hearing the word, was discovered seated calmly at my feet, in a rational state of mind. You will recognize your recovery when you find satisfaction in simply being. Approach and take a seat at my feet, akin to Mary. Take a seat at my feet and get knowledge of the easy yoke and the light burden. Release the deceptive weight, proclaims the Father. Do not embody the Martha, who conceals herself in busyness to silence my quiet, gentle voice. I am not contacting you to disparage or blame yourself. Disregard the past. Release the past together with its errors and misjudgments. Your past may seem significant, but I surpass it. I am expanding in your future, striving to realize your deepest aspirations and most significant dreams. You are unable to repair what is damaged, entrust it to me. Take a seat at my feet. Inhale. Enter into my repose. Do you have confidence in me? Allow me to proceed from this point. I will guide, relocate, repair, and oversee. I shall relocate, I shall repair, and I shall oversee. Refrain from acting impulsively. You are to refrain from responding to external demands. You need to wait. You are to await my presence. You are to present each day, every decision, and every action to me, contemplate it, trust in me, and request my guidance on how to proceed. Proceed solely with the assured guidance of my Spirit, and you will discern the results I have assured you in my word. Before the video continues, please like the video, share it with your family, and write Amen in comment. God proclaims that today, you shall not be weakened. Your fate is not one of reduction. Your share is not one of deprivation but of transcending to a more luminous future. Cease evaluating yourself based on the judgments of others. Limited intellects will never perceive inside you what I have instilled to accomplish my objective. Descend inside and engage in introspection. In that hidden location, you will find the perspective through which I have observed your timeless masterpiece. I created you. I created you. I liberated your formless essence into the earth to realize its potential and to manifest, not to waver or succumb. It is not my hand that provides you with the sustenance of hardship or defeat. Exit the realm of resentment. Release the past. Divert your attention from the assertions of others who lack understanding of my role in your life. Ascend into the elevated realm of my promise and recognize it as your foundational condition and the spiritual environment designated for you. The Father advocates for traveling in first class only. I do not value deprivation or poverty. I become impoverished so that you may experience prosperity. I suffered the nails and thorns so that you could cast off the burdens of limitation and advance into the new dawn of my promise. Not all individuals will accompany you there. Numerous individuals have partaken in the waters of Meribah and perceive only deprivation. They have embellished the demise of their aspirations and seek to drag others down with them. Dismiss the notion of defeat. Fully embrace the entirety of my word's promise. Surrender to my intentions and the guidance of my spirit. You will be rejuvenated and transported to a state of restoration. The oppressive spirit of disbelief shall no longer afflict you. Immerse yourself from the shrouds of uncertainty and inhale deeply, a breath of optimism, vitality, and renewed potential. The Father declares, "This is your share, and your righteousness originates from me." God proclaims today that His gaze traverses the land to demonstrate His formidable power. My intention, dear one, is to provide my support on your behalf. I am exerting my influence in your life to shatter the constraints and dismantle the limitations that have aimed to confine and lead you to destruction. I have committed to you through an eternal covenant to pursue your optimal welfare and advantage. Establish your trust in me above everything and maintain a state of serene assurance, submitting to my word in every matter. I am deeply concerned with the matters of your life, and I wish for your prosperity and good health, by the flourishing of your soul. You can be certain that this is your share. Will I propose something that does not materialize in your life? The Father asserts that impoverishment is not your destiny. How can poverty dominate you when I stated that I embrace destitution for your prosperity? Can illness potentially annihilate you when I said, "By the stripes of my Son, you are healed"? The potency of Christ's blood permeates your life, infiltrating the very pores of your body. It penetrates the innermost recesses of your mind and the profound depths of your spirit. My grace extends into your history, establishes your present, and guarantees your future. Do not fear the uncertainties of tomorrow, says the Father, for I am present with resources unknown to you. When the difficulty of tomorrow arises, there will be a provision from the reserves of my glory. I will fulfill all your requirements. I will provide all that is required for every necessity, and your joy will be immense as you line your expectations with the assurances of my word, recognizing that my word governs every opposing circumstance in your life. Divine wisdom suggests that not all forms of disdain are detrimental. I abhor the disgrace of the cross, and I am unperturbed when you disdain aspects of your life that contradict my promises. Avoid distractions and do not be deceived. I did not state in my words to express gratitude for all things. I started to express gratitude in all circumstances. For what reason should I express gratitude? Thank you for the assurance to resolve all contradictions. I am endeavoring to eliminate every contradiction to my promise in your life. You need not feign that the anguish you are experiencing is non-existent simply because it contradicts my word. Confront the issue directly and declare, I abhor you because this contradicts my Father's promise. The Father declares it is time to wage war against the contradictions to my promises. I never intended to withhold from you what the cross has granted you. Restoration is yours. The provision belongs to you. Salvation for you and salvation for your offspring. I will provide your seed. Your offspring will exalt you and declare you fortunate, as they are enriched by your testimony. I will influence their lives because you permitted me to influence yours. Did you comprehend that? I will influence your children's lives and the lives of your loved ones because you have permitted me to operate in your life. This is the mercy you have acquired for those who follow, that they may be uplifted and liberated during their trials and tribulations, declares the Father. Before the video continues, I request you to comment Amen and please help me by doing super thanks. Your support means a lot to us. God instructs today, follow me to the destination I designate. Although I guide you through the eye of the needle, I will nonetheless expand and augment you with all my kind promises. Do not lament the individuals, circumstances, and possessions that you cannot bring with you to your new destination. When you pursue my kingdom, all things are bestowed upon you. I will continue to bestow upon you until there is no capacity remaining to accept the blessings I am granting you. The route is constricted, dear one. Although the path is narrow and not all can traverse it, understand that you will arrive at your location of blessing. Indeed, as you requested and fervently prayed, this constricted path of traveling is what you want. Your exclamation, "I didn't ask for this," during moments of pressure was disingenuous. You requested my utmost and my greatest for your life and my affection. This is the route that leads you there. Embrace the burden of obedient submission. Just as I bore my cross, so too must you bear your cross. The cross you bear is indeed a cross, yet it remains an easy yoke and a light load. I undertook the arduous task. You are never summoned to bear what I sacrificed to relieve you of. Men's teachings are not aligned with truth, since their words are deceptive towards me. I do not inflict illness onto you, as I perish to eradicate it from your presence. I do not reject you, for I was rejected so that you can be accepted. I do not impose poverty upon you, as I have endured it myself to ensure your wealth. Embrace the favorable report, declares the Father, and embrace the narrow route and the eye of the needle so that I may lead you to all that I have prepared for you today. God proclaims today, my light has radiated throughout the entire earth. Obscurity is being eradicated. Some I have summoned to arrive and some I have summoned to depart. Are you prepared to proceed? Are you prepared to establish foundations in obscure locations? Are you prepared to construct on unprepared land rather than on a foundation established by another? This is the apostolic ethos that declines to harvest in another's domain. The assembly of the uninformed is actively constructing barriers around that which I have proclaimed shall remain unconfined. The Father urges you to abandon the illusory safety of religious institutions. Approach me beyond the camp so that I may instill within you the unblemished, unrestricted truth of your calling. Are you prepared to emerge? Are you prepared to travel the entire distance? Are you prepared to follow me so entirely that those in your vicinity will not accept you in respectable society? Are you prepared to dedicate yourself to me so entirely that others may not regard you as a commendable Christian? The Father states, I have not summoned you to be a Christian, I have called you to follow me. Fasten your sandals on your feet, I proclaim to you this day. Seize your staff and let us proceed, for your mission is altering, and others are not permitted to accompany us to my destination. God proclaims today, I have entered into my repose, now you shall retire into your repose. A respite is granted to the faith community today. Men endeavor and search covertly to attain or obtain anything, although I assert that it is already accessible. My kingdom is not attained via observation and hope for a distant future, rather, I assert that I have placed in your possession the means of your redemption. What do you have in your hand? Why do you stand looking up to heaven as if I am not currently enthroned in your heart and life? Neither of us is awaiting the other. I am not idle, I am engaged in work. I am collaborating with both of you to fulfill my pleasant delight. Recognize my process, dear one, as it operates within you to manifest your highest aspirations and accomplish your greatest dreams. Proclaim to your soul, I shall not falter. A significant calling exists on earth for anyone who chooses to believe in my word. Do you believe this? I am the revival. I am reviving aspects of your life that you believed were lost and forgotten. Heaven lacks graveyards. Did I not command to pray as it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth? Heaven lacks the mourners' benches. Heaven lacks grief counselors. Depart from their midst and remain distinct. Distinguish yourself by embracing the affirmative potential I have instilled within you. Isolate yourself to my promise exclusively, and only then will you encounter the abundant overflow of what I have prepared for you. God declares today that the present moment is all I can provide you. It is futile to reflect on bygone eras. There is no necessity to reflect on the past, for I am not the deity of history but the deity of the present. It is futile to long in your heart for an envisioned future. Your future aspirations are manifesting as seeds, fruit, and harvest in the present now. Can you accept this as an answer now? Why would you heed the scribes and Pharisees who are denying the truth of my presence in your life today? They reference the past and render it inaccessible to you. They advocate for the future while rendering it unattainable for you. I declare to you that the barrier of disqualification has been torn asunder, and I am now enveloping you in the entirety of all I have pledged. Do not reside beneath your entitlements. Your future expectations are attainable in the present. This is the reason I bestowed to you and every individual the measure of trust. I have bestowed upon you the entirety of my promise at this moment. The present moment is yours. This is your time. The time for your liberation is now. This is the day of your salvation. The provision is now yours. Healing is now yours. Chains are currently being severed. The situation is transitioning from disappointment and decline to blessing and favor. Currently, This is your present moment. Embrace it and proceed with it, for it is your inheritance by my decree.